Hey everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, sorry it's no-go Power Rangers. The Beast is unstoppable. We'll talk about it next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Hey everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Of course, you all know what that means. This is the show where we look back at the box office that was, and then we like to...
I think the word prognosticate? Yeah.
I think you're right.
You know, I like to buy a vowel. E.
About the box office that lay ahead. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie.
And hey there, my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane.
And always usually our third man, Neil in the booth. He is on assignment, so we have Anthony. Say hello, Anthony.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Oh,
Woo.
All right. And Anthony, where could they find you if they wanted to track you down?
I actually don't have a Twitter yet.
Do you have Instagram?
I have an Instagram.
Okay,
it's
that counts.
IBabsurdity, and I is actually like a human eye.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got to get you started thinking about 140 characters.
Yes.
Anthony, come on now.
Yeah, I know. My thought process ain't there yet. But
It's
we'll
practice. Takes a lot of practice.
See. All right, we'll see.
And as always, folks, you can like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hop in the chat. Anthony's going to pull it up so it's nice and big. And even if you're watching this afterwards, I don't even want to spoil it. Carrie, what can they do? I know this is I love when you do it.
You know, but see, now you're getting excited. So do you want to try?
I don't know if I can do this. You comment above?
I don't think those where the comments are.
No? Yeah, okay,
No.
they're on the sides, guys.
No,
they're
not that either.
Are they?
Close, yay!
They're below.
He
All
can
right.
be taught.
So, yes, we've got many things to talk about here. First off, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, wait, make that bigger and then scroll to the top. Yay! Sorry, you guys were talking about the new horror movie called it's Double X, and I do want to see that. That was got a lot of buzz at Sundance because it's an anthology, and I think it's all female filmmakers
Oh, cool.
or something. So
All right. Well,
can
I'll have
you
to go check that out.
widen that so it goes across? Because we love that you guys say a lot of great comments, and we just want to be able to read it all. And if you're not watching live, like we said, comment down below, and you guys do a really good job of all the numbers and predictions, and like you guys get so into it. It's like each, not just what order the movies are in, but what each one was gonna make. I'm like, wow, that's not even me.
Yeah, no, I'd be sweating it out.
I do like one. We do the one movie.
But we'll start off with our top 5, and Beauty and the Beast came in again at number 1.
Whoop, whoop.
Another 88 million to its box office, and I went and saw this.
And,
Since I lost last week's box office bet, I had to go check it out.
And
You know, I already came in with a chip on my shoulder against it because I am such a fan of the original animated version. And so I definitely walked in with it like, all right, prove to
you
me
had a
you
pun there too. Chip.
Yep, there you go.
I like
Definitely proved to me why you deserve to be a live action film. I kind of came in like that, and I still would rather watch live action.
Did you
anytime.
take your kid at least?
Oh no! This is a solo deal. Forget it.
Because I feel that's the thing you take kids to.
No, no.
Fine,
I'd rather
fine.
show her the animated version first. Absolutely.
Oh, then yes. If she hasn't seen the animated, then absolutely.
No, she hasn't seen that. I don't, and I felt like the thing that struck me was anytime you see a film where there's songs, or if you're seeing a stage production, like the first time you ever see something, I feel like the way you hear those songs is becomes your standard.
Oh, absolutely.
And so then everything else anytime somebody else does a revival or an interpretation of those, you're constantly comparing it to what you originally heard. And for this one, I just felt like everything was lacking compared to the original film. I felt like Be Our Guest was just not as good as it was in the animated film. And Ewan McGregor, I love him. I did not enjoy him as Lumiere.
Roger Bass agrees with you. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Lujen says, I'll wait for the DVD. And, okay.
Yeah, it's just, I know I was already kind of predisposed to not wanting to like it as much, but I just also came away, I suppose if you're really totally in the tank for just anything at all, you're going to enjoy it, but I just felt like the changes that they made didn't
Didn't do it for you.
Didn't do it. I
Okay.
didn't need to know what happened to Belle's mom. I didn't feel like I needed that.
Okay.
So things that they added into the film to kind of break it out and give it that extra 45 minutes, things that I didn't feel like I never really was like questioning from the original animated film, like, but why? So, yeah, that's a shame. Sorry, Ewan McGregor. I love you, but not Lumiere was maybe not that for you. Yeah, but coming in at number 2 was the film that we did our box office bet on, Power Rangers from Lionsgate, $40.5 million.
As always, I forget what I said. What did we say?
Well,
did you look it up?
I did, of course. You always got to check the tape.
I looked at the last one. Not that proves anything.
So, for the box office bet last week, Kari and Neil had a meeting in the Minds, and they went with $75 million.
75.
I went with $60 million.
You
So it
win.
looks like I won, but I also lost because I did see the film as well. So,
Oh, okay.
Power Rangers was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't any. I think I wanted to like
Chat
it more.
room was liking it.
It was fine. You know, I mean, it does have some touchstones to the original, and certainly if you just base that on the trailers, I think the trailers give it the impression that it's a lot darker of a film, more mature. Just kind of way that they cut that trailer
And you're
together.
like, no, not so much.
And it's definitely not that. I mean, for one, if you Krispy Kreme, man, I love they cannot stop talking about Krispy Kreme enough in that film. That if certainly it's a product
that.
placement. You can go to Krispy Kreme right now and get some Power Rangers donuts right now. So I mean, I guess that's a fun way. If you're going to have a promotional tie-in, then you might as well just beat it over the head and constantly just mention every other sentence that you need to go to Krispy Kreme. What's really important in the film is hidden underneath the Krispy Kreme. So Krispy Kreme gets a lot of name checks in there.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they did with Rita Repulsa. You know, and I think mileage may vary about how you like Elizabeth Banks as her. She does definitely chew up the scenery, but I also felt like they were setting her up more for a sequel, like things that she I don't feel like she really got her due in this film, just story wise.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and you know the kid actors, I think they vary in terms of acting abilities, and some are a little better than others.
Yeah.
Bryan
Are
Cranston,
they good
though,
ensemble
they're
of kids?
fine.
No.
You know, like I felt like I wanted
Ooh,
to.
hate.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna jump it up from what you can see on the TV series to a film, I want to see let's take it to the next level in terms of like the fight sequences, things like that.
Yes.
You know, and I feel like
Because they were, okay, we can all agree they were maybe a little bit cheesy on the TV show, but
Yes.
they were cool.
yeah.
And you got to see them fight. It wasn't like so many jump cuts that you're like, what's going on? Like you actually got to see a fight, and it was cool as a kid to watch it. So that's unfortunate that they don't.
Yeah,
Keep it going.
Like these fight sequences were just like there were very few, and they weren't anything like I felt like whoa, I can't believe I'm seeing this.
Serenity says we Americans noticed too. Says Power Rangers was great. Don't know why Americans pay so much attention to product placement. Lol, these things go right over my head. I don't mind too much. I mean, if they have an obvious product, I don't care. But I would agree it'd probably get annoying if like they're saying it constantly.
I don't know if it became annoying to me, but it became which maybe is their
Is
intention.
it a joke almost?
It became just almost absurd and hilarious, just like the way they just kept on name checking Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
Like, okay, we got it. No, you gonna keep going. You're gonna keep doing it. All right.
Okay.
So, like I said, I feel like that's if you're gonna have to do it,
Yeah.
then you might as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Bryan Cranston. I don't know. I feel like just a Zordon. I mean, he basically spends the majority of the film is just just kind of zooming around the head inside the ship. But I feel like even just as that, you can't contain Bryan Cranston. He's great, even just as Zordon.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting to check out. But I definitely think I definitely wanted to come in wanting more. I don't know.
Telling you have your bar too high.
Should it be too high? I feel like why should
Would you rather your bar be low and the movies are mediocre, but at least you like them than constantly being so dissatisfied like you always seem to be?
But why should I lower my lower the bar?
that's
I should
true.
demand the best from my.
Then you need to tweet that out so that they see it. I hope you do.
I actually did not tweet that out. I
You
should.
should.
I should.
I mean, that's the way. Like, if people really dislike a movie or something like that, that is the way you let them know.
Yeah, but it's like I also don't want to. I feel like I just don't want to be like a hater. I like to be like a constructive.
Do it. Say if you can say it, constructive criticism is the better way. I always hated that working at a video store where people are like, "This movie's bad." Well, why? What didn't you like? And they can't explain it. I'm like, okay, if you tell me like the effects were bad, like they didn't look good, the sound quality was not great, so then you couldn't hear what they're saying. All those are like good, viable reasons to not like a movie. But if you're just like, oh, it's bad, that's just dumb. You're like, okay, and then you don't have a good answer there.
Yeah, and I had heard before going in that Bill Hader, that people had equated Bill Hader to what's his name from Rogue One, the Alan Tudyk's character.
Oh, okay.
And so like, oh yeah, he's like he pulls like an Alan Tudyk in there and just steals it. I didn't think so.
Okay.
That set me up with a lot more expectations for him, and I was like, no, not really. No,
Yeah.
he did not really walk away with anything like that. So
You wanted more action.
yeah, that's true. I don't. I guess again, it's one of those where the Power Rangers, we all know what they are. Sometimes you just don't want to be bogged down by an origin. You want to just like get right into. We know who the Power Rangers are. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see another story. So yeah, thank you, Stardew, for boiling down. Look at that. Stardew, will you tweet
Frank's
that in my
review
name?
in one sentence.
Tweet that in my name. Thank you, Stardew.
Aw.
So yeah, but I'll be curious to see what you and Neil both think of this film.
I know. I didn't see any regular movies over this weekend because I was in Vegas, so though they have movie theaters there, and I have seen movies in Vegas. I have.
That's right, but I like that.
They have,
I have, but not this time.
Not this time, because I remember one time going and seeing a movie at like after midnight, and that was normal. And I'm like,
True.
What? Because Vegas is like
you get a
24-hour kind of
cinema,
place.
yeah.
It is. Though on Thursday, for all you anime fans out there, I saw Your Name, which is the name of the movie. It's Your Name. And presented by Funimation. It was super cool, and the event was really great. It was at Yamashiro, which is a restaurant in Hollywood. And it looks like a building straight out of Japan. And it's like on a Hollywood cliff that you can see the city. And when you go inside, there was like think of it like a square kind of U shape. And in that center area, it's an indoor / outdoor garden. And so they had seats around the edges of it and a projector up. They had open bar and sushi and appetizers. I was like, this event is really cool. And the movie was really good as well. And so they gave out little gift bags. So actually, there you go. If you guys comment down below, I'll think of a question. But if you answer that question, there was a goodie bag, and I'll give you the goodie bag. You got a shirt. They had Pocky cookies with the images from the movie, postcards, and coasters. And I can't mail it, so sorry. But they gave out some bottles of sake as well.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, these are some really good gift bags.
Man, what if I answer correctly?
If you, maybe I grabbed a couple gift bags, so.
No.
But yeah, it's a cool movie where it's a guy in Tokyo City and so in the city kind of atmosphere, and a girl in the country kind of idea, and I'll try to really abbreviate because I don't want to spoil anything, but they essentially witness a comet and have a time thereafter where they're switching places. So you're inside the other person's body. So wakes up, and of course they have the fun jokes where the guy's like boobs and touching his chest because he's a girl now, and she's guy, and they even have a funny moment of what would you do if that's the first time and got to go to the bathroom or stuff like that. And then their friends are like, you're behaving really weird, but they don't dwell on that for too long. They just kind of start it. And the thing is, once they switch back, it kind of is like a dream feeling, they don't quite remember it to the point that they go, this isn't really happening. But then it starts it's almost like 3 days a week. So they write down notes to each other on their arms or in their phones to be like, this is what happened to you, just so you know. She sets him up on a date, and he wakes up and he's like, I have a date. She's like, have fun. And, so it's just cute. And then them trying to find each other. So, there you go. My question is, what's your favorite animated movie to live action? And any kind. It could be an anime. It can be an American cartoon. So best animated to live action adaptation, comment down below, and I'll randomly select a winner and contact you, and I'll mail you the goodie bag.
Ooh, look at that. What a sweet treat. From Kari Lane.
Yes. And then I went to Vegas and saw Panic at the Disco and Saint Motel and Mr. Wives. And this is my crazy day, so I was trying to tell you this stuff. So I came here, guys. This is how much I love y'all. I came to my show. I did Expanse. Then I went to the anime movie premiere, so that was 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock at the movie. Then there's after show. So this is midnight. And I'm like, so still got to go to Vegas. So I drove to Vegas at midnight and got there at 4 a.m.
I bet traffic was a breeze at that time.
It was super easy. There's nothing out there. Yeah. So that I was like, oh, it was great. But that's kind of one of the best things about Vegas. As soon as you get in the casino, you're like, I have no idea what time it is, because there's people coming back from the clubs and club attire. There's people at the slot machines, and then there's people like me, and I got my suitcase and ready to go, guys. So
Yeah, and check out Kari's Twitter and Instagram because on the way back she stopped. Of course, you got to stop by and check out the Alien Jerky place.
I got a necklace there, and I did a little tour video on my Instagram and Twitter because they've expanded. Have you been to that place?
I've been to that place, but not since they started expanding. I saw your pictures, like, whoa, interesting.
I was like, it's gotten bigger. So if you guys have no idea, and if you do know, there's like this random stop in Baker, which has the giant thermometer. That's about the only other like claim to fame.
And a great A&W root beer. Right there.
Yeah, that's what I should do next time because I always see your ads for A&W and I'm like, there's none here. There's one in the Inland Empire.
Oh, all right.
But anyways, so no, okay, you guys are commenting in this chat. You need a comment on the video after because this is gonna be what you're writing right now is gonna be gone when the video's over. So once the video's over, you need a comment down below. But I love that you guys are already answering it. So then there's this alien. So the idea is it's just a beef jerky shop, but they like also sell alien memorabilia and they have like little statues. But it used to be like this dirt parking lot and tiny little place, and now it's like expanded. They have like a animated billboard, which I was like, what's going on?
Man,
but I think that's great.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I thought that's been like that way for years and years. I just like finally reached a tipping point where it's like, yes, now we got it.
Right? I've been going to Vegas. Wait, hold on, like 14 something plus years on average, maybe once a year ish.
There you go.
So been a little while, but
good.
I will drive to Vegas for a concert, turn around and come back. Oh, and if you guys, here's a beauty of Twitter. We were talking about Twitter. I was going down the street to go to the Bellagio, find out the night before, which I kind of had heard about. There was an armed robbery, which technically is redundant to say robbery means there's a weapon. So, but either way, there's a robbery. They had like character masks on, and right. And the second day there was a shooter by the Cosmopolitan, which is right near there. And so I was about to go down the street because they have like this beautiful atrium and flowers at Bellagio. Turn down the street, and I'm like, oh, there's a cop car. All right, let's go down this other street. Go to Twitter and look at what's trending, Cosmopolitan, and see the new notices of what people are posting. And that was the fastest way to find information about what was going on, because you could be like, this was posted 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
46 minutes ago. So, guys, Twitter is pretty amazing of getting information out. So,
quick dissemination.
Yes.
All right. Hopping back to our top five. Coming in number 3, Kong Skull Island, 14.4 million. Yeah, still. You didn't see that. You still have not seen
No,
Nope, you've been busy. Somebody's been gallivanting around the States.
And next weekend's WonderCon, guys. So it depends on when it ends. I should be back for that, though.
All right.
Well, it ends mid-afternoon normally on Sunday.
Like 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully you can make it back here in 5 hours.
You know.
Fingers crossed.
I have some Deadpool leggings that'll be breaking out for WonderCon, so you're going to want to go to my Instagram and Twitter page to see those awesome leggings.
Oh, check it out. I've got some Deadpool leggings, too,
Damn.
guys.
All right.
Who wore it best? And Kari wants that
We
hands
should do
down.
it on the show. We'll just stand up. And camera can zoom in.
You see how my leg here just popping out of the sides of the stocking?
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. Coming in number 4, we've got Life, the Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, a sci-fi / horror film. Made straight up $12.6 million.
Nice.
I saw that as well.
And?
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Which advertisement should they use? Because remember, we were talking about how they had 2 completely different ads. Which one better suited to what you actually saw?
Probably the second one.
The one that's more the monster stuff.
Yeah.
See, guys?
Yeah.
Oh. Las Vegas is Chuck E. Cheese on acid. Sure.
A lot of auto animatronic animals
There's
singing
lights. There's stuff really late. Starfry said, I had fun with Kong. Still in the top 3, but Kong will need a major upgrade if he's to face Godzilla. Good point.
No,
Okay.
that's very true, because certainly Godzilla's. He's got his atomic breath, so right there,
that's true.
Levels him up above Kong. So he needs something going on there.
Does Kong at least have some agility?
Well, sure, he's got a monkey, so yeah, he's.
Maybe I meant to avoid, like, that would be only.
Because he's used to fighting animals with like tails and stuff. So I don't. Yeah, I feel like perhaps Kong should just update so when he starts slamming his chest, it sounds like sonic pulses.
Oh.
But no, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're pretty impressive to people that you saw 3 movies. I normally see stuff, guys. I'm sorry. This was just and I've also had like family stuff where I have to take care of people at home, so I can't go out to the movies very well.
Yeah.
I saw Funny
And
Girl,
that's just
which
temporary?
is old.
Is that on the top? Is that on the top?
No, that's
All right, just
really
checking.
old. I told my mom, I'm like, I saw Funny Girl. She's like, I'm like, I know it's really old. I just never got around to seeing it. And Fantasy Stats Guru, the leggings will be at a WonderCon, so you got to follow me during WonderCon online. So, okay, more facts about Godzilla though.
Yeah, look at that. And Starfire Triple X says, not just that Kong is hurt by stuff in this film, that Godzilla is immune to in his film, and playing Kong is much weaker. Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, and I feel like it depends on how. I'm sure they're going to set this up where you got to have Kong fight Godzilla, and then I assume at some point they're probably going to team up to fight another threat.
And Sky, just in case you didn't hear that, Kong made 14 million, a little over 14 million. And thank you guys for a suggestion of Secret Garden, which is a K-drama, which I haven't quite got into K-dramas yet. I know. But I like K-pop and J-pop, though, so I haven't quite done the K-dramas.
Oh, all right.
But there's a lot on Netflix, which is great. So.
Yeah. All right. Check it out. So for Life, I know there was always that like stealth thing. This is going to be like a stealth Venom kind of tease. No way at all, and I'm sure you've already seen that on social media and the news sites. Yeah, it is definitely not a kind of Venom kind of stealth lead-in at all. Mm-hmm. Would have been interesting if it were, though. That would have been kind of cool, because in terms of similarities between the character, is kind of a symbiotic sort of. It likes to attach itself to humans and stuff. So that I could see why those rumors kind of started spreading around.
Sure.
But and that actually, if it sadly, as a comic book nerd, that would have actually.
You're like,
I was like, oh, but Venom was a Venom, self-Venom prequel. No, but it wasn't. And then coming up, speaking of comic books, topping on our top 5, Logan, again from Fox, another 10.1 million.
And I also tweeted this, and I can't quite recall, but there's a hashtag on Twitter right now. It's like 80s X-Men, and it's people drawing all the X-Men in 80s attire. It is so cool, guys. And someone did the Logan image like that, and then also someone did La La Logan. And so did the cover of La La Land, but with Logan. Oh, it's so good.
With Logan and X-23?
Yeah.
Oh, and Media X Shock, jumping back for a second to talk about Life. He said it was a good film, my fave this weekend. I'd have to probably agree with the 3 that I saw. I probably would have put Life on the top.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Power Rangers, I felt that they kind of got. I thought you can't go in but help build up your expectations, because you're seeing like a childhood kind of favorite brought back to the live screen. So you're coming in with like a high level of like, I hope this is awesome. And then when it doesn't meet your expectations, sinks it down a little bit more. So Life, I had no preconceived expectations. So
not preconceived expectations, but speaking of superhero and trailers and such, what did you think of the new Justice League trailer?
Man, well, first, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, I think he's going to be awesome. I think he's probably going to be the breakout for that film, just from the little bits I saw from the trailer.
Yeah.
Cyborg, man. See, I don't know. I as a comic book guy, I've always loved Cyborg as part of the Teen Titans, and then of course when they did DC New 52, they kind of changed him and made him part of the original Justice League. Kind of pushed him up there, which in one sense it's cool to see a character get like a little bit shine on the spotlight and kind of get a little raised in profile. But on the other side too, I just like I don't know if he just doesn't quite gel with the League as much as I feel like he gels with the Teen Titans. And maybe that's just me. And I'd be curious to see people coming into the New 52 fresh and seeing Cyborg introduced in that fashion. And do they still feel like he's just a great match in the Justice League? Because I'm bringing in from all those years of reading Teen Titans, where he was always a main essential character of that. And I always felt like he works better with those characters and those different personality dynamics. The Justice League, I don't know. I always feel like he just doesn't quite match. But that was just me. I don't know. Did you see it?
I think the trailer looks really cool. I am not super familiar with the DC universe, so I think it looks cool. I know enough of who those characters are, but I had a friend of mine comment that they felt like Avengers did it well. Of each character kind of had their own movie, and then they had the ensemble movie, and DC isn't quite doing that. So they were saying how they felt, I don't associate with these people yet. I mean, Batman and Wonder Woman already got their movie, and Flash has a show, but it's a different actor. That was kind of throwing me off, even though I'm not up to date with Flash. But still, I was like, but it's a different dude. But I think it looks like a cool action movie. We'll have to see. What do you guys think of the new Justice League trailer? A couple of you were very excited.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I agree with you there. I feel like DC is really kind of saddled themselves with this trying to do too much too fast.
Right.
I rather would have let them take a little bit more time and make me care about a lot of these characters. So when they do come together for Justice League, it really means
You're
something.
like, yes. But then you also don't have to waste time on doing backstory on all of them because you'll have already had the movie.
Yes.
You know,
like this, I feel like you're understanding.
Exposition. There we go. You don't have to waste your time on exposition because you're like, go watch the other movies.
Yeah. I mean, and this is 3 characters you got to really kind of set up well.
You guys sound like you're loving the trailer. So that's good. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see. Everybody's kind of trying to be optimistic. All right, Andrew says that. Yeah.
No, I would. As a comic book fan and a huge Superman fan, I'd love for it.
Not everyone in Avengers got their own movie, but there was quite a few of them. So like once they all came together, you go, okay, I know who you all are. But then like Guardians of the Galaxy, not like any of those characters had a movie before they came together. They were the team.
Yeah, I mean,
you can see how they come together, but still.
Yeah, I mean, at least Scarlet Witch had a little bit in Iron Man 2, so at least they kind of tear over there. And Hawkeye was just that sweet cameo in the first Thor film where he's just up there on the crane, like, I don't know, hurry up, close, I'm rooting for this guy. But but everybody else, and then the Hulk was certainly a different interpretation, but kind of spun out of the Universal film that they did with Edward Norton. So you kind of felt like if you'd seen that, you were still kind of coming in with an idea of what that character is like.
Yeah. There is a new Justice League animated movie that will be screened at WonderCon that I'm going to try to go check out.
Yeah, is it Justice League or is it Teen Titans? No, it's not Judah's Contract.
Wait, yeah, that one.
Teen Titans, Judah's Contract, which is cool. That's going to be.
So that's essentially Young Justice League.
There you go. But I feel like I don't think. I don't think.
This shows how much I know them.
But it's weird because Cyborg, who is a member of the Teen Titans during the original comic book storyline, is not going to be in this. I don't think.
I don't know details.
I know it's going to be.
Someone said you
Blue
mean
Beetle.
Scarlet Witch. You mean Black Widow. No, Scarlet Witch got her own little info because
Black
she
Widow
was.
did. Black Widow in the first Avenger and Iron Man 2 for the first one.
Well, that's what you said. So, but I felt anyway. TV universe and film universe are separate for DC. True, which I'm like, I guess.
That has always been a source of frustration for me, especially now. It's because there's that fine line, like who can you use from the. Well, they seem to kind of. It was always like you have the film universe and the TV universe, and never the two will meet, which is totally fine. But also feel like Flash has been such a great thing. You've got this great TV show, but you're doing a totally different interpretation from the film, which is totally fine. I'm all for that. But we should be able to use some of those other characters. It'd be great to have Batman on a CW show, and it doesn't have to be a whole Batman-centric show. But the fact that you could use him as a character just. Would be nice. Or Green Lanterns, another great example. I'd love to see him as a CW show, get people excited because the film didn't do so well, so that when you want to revive him as a film, people have already got like a rooting fan base for him.
Well, thank you, Media Shock said Teen Titans around midday. The Warner Brother panel will be around 4. Yeah, I got to meet Kari Walgren, which she spells her name like me, but she pronounces it Kari. Who she's totally blanking on the character name.
Starfire?
Yes. She does Starfire. Thank you. I interviewed her. You guys can watch that interview. She was great to talk to. And so that's how I heard about it. So I was like, oh, I should come check it out.
Oh, look at that. A personal invite from Kari herself. So that is our top 5. We're going to hop over to the international numbers real quick. Now, I did mention the box office bet. Of course, Power Rangers was the subject of it this past weekend. We've got 2 for your consideration for this weekend's box office bet. The 2 of them are going to be The Boss Baby, the new animated film from Fox with Alec Baldwin as the voice of a young baby who's in a battle against dogs. And then Ghost in the Shell, the Scarlett Johansson film from Paramount. So those are going to be the 2 titles vying for your vote. So feel free to start chiming away in the chat about which film you'd like to just do the box office bet, and we'll get back to that in just a little bit. First off, international numbers. Beauty and the Beast, a nonstop juggernaut. It is it basically had another $119.2 million at the international box office this weekend, a less than 35% drop from opening last week. The global total, $690.3 million through Sunday, making this live-action Turner the #1 movie of 2017 worldwide and domestic. The offshore total to date, $373.3 million. Now, this is this has become the fourth consecutive Disney release to pass the $600 million global mark after Doctor Strange, Moana, and Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. It also helped push Disney across $1 billion at the worldwide box office last week. The estimated total through Sunday is $1.3 billion for the Mouse House.
Not surprised.
Yeah. And in China, Beauty gave up the number one slot to another beast. Kong Skull Island took over with it's up to a second biggest English language opening of 2017. It ultimately pounded out $72.1 million in the Middle Kingdom launch, and in IMAX, a $6.5 million China debut on 387 screens is the all-time top March opening in this format. So basically, Kong well surpassed the $200 million internationally with another $93 million frame. That brings the total box office to $258.6 million. And Power Rangers got another 18.7 debut in 62 overseas markets, while Sing from Universal and Illumination Entertainment finally reached $600 million at the global box office. I still have not seen Sing, and I'm not really jazzed about it.
Nope.
But I think I own it now, so I have to go. I might as well go watch it. So, hooray! I'm so excited. So excited. So, of course, folks, before we do the box office bet, we like to do a little look back, box office rewind on somebody that's going to be starring in one of the films coming up this weekend. And I decided to do Alec Baldwin. Who doesn't love themselves some Alec Baldwin in their life?
Sure.
And I'll tell you, folks, right now, sadly, The Shadow did not make Alec Baldwin's top 5. There's something about The Shadow that is just such a guilty pleasure to watch.
Is that, who's the main guy in that?
Alec Baldwin, yeah. He plays Lamont Cranston, The Shadow. Tim Curry's in there.
I'm thinking something else. I was thinking The Phantom.
Oh, there's Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, no, but I'm like, oh, yes, The Shadow. Okay.
I remember I wanted that movie to be good when I watched it finally, and I was like, oh.
Phantom or Shadow?
Shadow. But
Okay.
Alec Baldwin is fun as Lamont Cranston. But coming in, we're gonna, as always, we knock out his voiceover credits. We're gonna knock those out. So this will be his top live action. Coming in number 5 for him was The Departed from Warner Brothers. Came out in 2006, $26.8 million. A good film.
Yes, I did like that one.
Is
that with was that the
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg?
the only thing with that one, I kind of I was fine with it, but I did hear someone suggest they had swapped those characters because I like Mark Wahlberg a little more than Leonardo DiCaprio, and what their outcomes are.
And Matt Damon. Matt Damon and Leonardo.
Yeah, it'd be better to swap them.
Oh, interesting. So you didn't like the idea of kind of casting against type to see Matt Damon kind of play like the heel? You don't like that? You rather
Not necessarily. I don't like Leo as much, so then I would have wanted root for the other one more.
Oh.
But I still liked it. But that was an interesting suggestion. Like I hadn't even thought of it that way. I'm like, oh, that could have been an interesting switch. But
no. So did you find yourself like, I want to root for you, Matt Damon, but you're making it so damn hard to?
Sure.
You're making me like Leo. I don't want to.
No, I do like him though too.
Yes.
I was at a restaurant and like Titanic was up on the screen. I'm like, oh, that movie.
No,
He's
some
so
people.
young.
Some people always criticize like, man, that ending just gets so dark. But I thought I liked
Departed?
it. Yeah.
I remember I liked that movie.
Like the whole elevator sequence at the end.
I don't actually remember.
All right. Okay.
But I remember I liked it.
Okay. Coming in number 4 for him, Along Came Polly from with Ben Stiller. Came out from Universal back in 2004, $27.7 million.
I remember I thought it was kind of stupid, but still kind of funny.
I felt like the parts I liked best were the Philip Seymour Hoffman bits.
Right.
When they're out there and playing basketball. Yeah, where he's getting on shooting and missing, but he made it sound so cool. And that was the first. I think that may have been the first time that I heard the term "sharded." Was from that film. So thank you, Long Game Polly. You broadened my vocabulary.
The more you knew.
That's right. Coming in number 3 for him, The Cat in the Hat from Universal.
I
back in
did like
2003.
that actually. I remember I liked it.
38.3.
It was weird, but I liked it.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh, okay.
And he again plays like the is that how you like Alec Baldwin as kind of like the smug guy that needs to be put in his place by the end of the film, or do you kind of like him more as
both?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I just remember that's an animated to live action that was a weird choice, but it was neat how they executed it.
If you had to choose between that or the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, would you?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think so.
Interesting. Jim Carrey fan, I see.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
My brother's name is Jim, so I'm kind of predisposed.
That's because that's it. So if
No.
your brother had been named Mike, it would have been like, Mike Myers all the way, baby. That's it.
No. But then I grew up watching Jim Carrey movies, so I thought they were funny as a kid.
You didn't watch. What about the Love Guru? You didn't.
Okay, that one was a little rough too.
Oh, sorry, Mike Myers.
No,
Yeah.
I do like Mike Myers though, but Love Guru was very cheesy.
that was a rough one.
Oh, yeah.
Coming at number 2 for Alec Baldwin, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, back from 2015, $55.5 million.
Yes, I like all the Mission Impossible movies.
No, they're
They're all cool in their own way.
I felt like, one is good, 2 is. Okay. I feel like 2 is probably the outlier for me. It's kind of like a little off the beaten path. Not if I had to rank it, I think 2 would always probably come at the bottom for me.
I couldn't recall what order I would rank them in, but I know I've done like the new ones coming out and do the marathon and
Yeah.
watched them all. I remember I enjoyed them all enough. So
I'll give it up for because what I loved about the trailers and the promo for Rogue Nation is that it was all about Tom Cruise, and every trailer you saw was just him on the side of that airplane, and I just loved that was like just right out of the gate. That was the first thing you saw. So like something like that, awesome, and then you realize like I've got the whole rest of this film just to discover what's going on. And that was kind of cool.
And then they brought more humor into it too. Oh, well, Fantasy Stats Guru says The Love Guru was pretty super rough. Stay away from it. I haven't seen it. Serene says Love Guru was funny to me. Lol. I don't know if I was biased because I actually like Bollywood movies, so I felt it was like, it's like not quite right. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's poor Mike Myers. No, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
And then coming in at number 1 for Alec Baldwin, a little small film, a little wartime romance and drama, Pearl Harbor.
Roma. I don't think I've heard-
Roma. That was that terrible mispronunciation. It was a romance and drama. Like, could we have
Dramance?
a dramance? Sure.
Sure.
From Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor. We'll put his name right at the top of the title.
That was a good one.
2001, 59 million, excuse me.
Yes, that was a good one.
But I felt like that was a part where I felt like, because I was a sucker for Armageddon, I was a sucker for The Rock. Oh, The Rock. I love that movie.
I didn't see that one.
But I felt like Pearl Harbor was the first time where I felt like, oh, all right, Michael Bay, you kind of let me down a little bit.
Oh.
I felt like it's like, oh, you are human.
Oh.
That was like, yeah.
Well, I liked it. The weird thing, just so you guys know, if you ever go to Hawaii, you can go like out and like there's I don't know if you can go down there, but there's like bridges you can walk out on, and like there's the ship still sunk and like bodies down there or whatever.
Oh,
And you can walk out and like see the submarines or ships sunk, and it's such a weird, trippy thought that
yeah.
they didn't get out, and you're like, oh, but it's cool, of like interesting of history, and very like solemn at the same time. You're
Yeah.
like, this is very crazy piece of history that you can like almost like reach out and touch idea.
And you can see some of the oil still floating on top of the water as well, too.
I don't remember that, but I do remember just being able to see it and going like, oh, they still have like bodies down there. It's weird.
So that was our top 5. That was a top 5 look back at Alec Baldwin. Speaking of top 5s, we better do our top 5
Yes.
for next week's box office. Again, as we mentioned for the box office bet, we've got The Baby Boss, The Boss Baby, excuse me, and Ghost in the Shell. First off, I know there's been a lot of like, I don't say a lot, but just some talk about Scarlett Johansson's casting in that. Yes.
We can't get into it too much because we don't have enough time. But my 2 cents of opinion and very subjective. However, for Ghost in the Shell, I was exactly the same way when I heard about casting. I was like, ooh, But in rewatching the first and second animated movies, originals of Ghost in the Shell, I was like, well, technically, nothing on the exterior of her is alive. It's only her brain that's alive. That's still a human thing. So it's essentially a robot, and she didn't choose it. So if someone else made it for her, that's completely different than if she goes, this is what I want to look like, or this is how I was born. So there's kind of that aspect of it. And then the original movie makes a specific point of other characters being from certain countries, and it's very international. Like, they point out this guy is American. Like, they even say that American, that Englishman idea. And then there's another character that's very specifically like Chinese, might be Korean, I can't recall, but he's like, they specifically say another country, but her, they never say anything besides her name. So I encourage you to watch it with maybe a little bit of that. I'm like, let's see. I did hear the director of the original Ghost in the Shell does like it, so I will definitely want to check it out. Anyways, I'm planning to watch the animated series. I don't know if I'm going to finish it in time before I watch it, but that's my plan. So I just wanted to say that because I'm like, oh, that's a little too hard to write out in text.
So far in the chat, it looks like Boss Baby is taking the lead.
Everyone's like, we're going to see Ghost in the Shell anyway, so.
I have to admit, I mean, I probably go see Ghost in the Shell, but it's Scarlett Johansson is not like making me more excited to go see this film.
Have you watched the original anime?
I have not. But
that character isn't a very animated person, of not extremely charismatic, so casting's actually appropriate in that sense.
Oh, all right, I guess.
Like, she's a little more flat. Like, isn't very, she's a little more neutral, so that's okay.
But it's weird because I think I was more excited to see Lucy than I am to see this.
Oh, okay, sure.
And I don't know if maybe it's just the way the trailer was cut to make it seem more enticing. I don't know.
There's also, if you guys go on YouTube, Adam Savage does some really cool behind the scenes on props from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, cool.
They do it on the geisha masks heads, and they talk about how they made those and everything, and then also the thermosuit. So they changed that a little bit too. Like, the trailer makes it so much more sexy, and I'm like, it's not as sexy in the anime because you're like, but it's not. It's just, to blend into your environment. It's an invisibility suit. It's not necessarily she's naked. But I know when I saw the trailer, people were like, in the audience, like, oh my goodness, I'm like, guys, she's not naked. But, thank you. Lee Jen says Ghost in the Shell's on Hulu. So I do highly recommend checking out the anime as well. So yeah, we'll see.
All right, so our top 5. Of course, we got The Boss Baby. We've got Ghost in the Shell. Now, Boss Baby is opening up in 3,700 theaters. Ghost in the Shell, 3,200. How do you see that affecting our current top 5?
Well, besides Beauty and the Beast, Boss Baby is probably going to do well in terms of its family, its comedy.
I feel like Beauty and the Beast is still going to be top.
I feel Beauty and the Beast could still be top because it's still pretty high in number.
Yeah.
Zoom in on my screen.
But
I think Power Rangers will probably bump down. Okay. I'm not going to think about this too hard, so I'm just going to make some guesses. So, Beauty and the Beast, Boss Baby, Ghost in the Shell, Power Rangers, Life.
Interesting. That's going to hold on strong. You feel like Kong's going to drop.
Yeah, because I think...
You need a good horror-esque kind of film in there.
Yeah. Wait, what?
A good horror film.
Which one?
Life.
Oh, yeah. I think that will still hold on because I feel that one could be a word-of-mouth kind of thing.
Okay.
Power Rangers is kind of its own audience. And then I think Babies is the family thing that's going to kill in that, And then Ghost in the Shell's had a ton of advertisement. Some of it's been kind of bad. They did have a meme. Did you see that one on Twitter? So Twitter, beauty of Twitter. It was a meme campaign, and it's I Am Major. Major is her title, like a military title. It's not her name. And so it's incorrect to say that. So that alone was weird. And the idea is you on the internet could make your own meme. And beauty of the internet. They're like, I'm the perfect example of whitewashing. Or like, there was one where a guy, he's, I don't know where he's from, but he's Asian. And he goes, what distant land do I need to go to train? Because it's always a white guy going to, yeah. So it's very funny, but it was one of those, oh, that was a bad campaign. Bad. So, but it's still getting word of mouth, and it's action, and it's weird, and it's Scarlett Johansson, which I think is one of the other reasons they picked her too.
Interesting. So people there in the chat there, Lee Jen is putting Ghost above Boss Baby and dropping Power Rangers down to number 4.
All right. Yeah. Wait, did you say Ken Jax or Lee Jen?
Lee Jen.
Okay, Ken Jax says Beauty and the Beast, Ghost in the Shell, Power Rangers, Kong, and then Boss Baby. Okay. Sky Patterson goes Beauty and the Beast, Ghost in the Shell, Boss Baby. Wait, you're missing one or two.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that was 3. What do you say?
Well, I would your lineup. I think I'll agree with that too. I mean, Boss Baby is going to be the weird one, but with 3,700 screens,
I think it'll do. That one's also had ads for a long time.
It has.
And family movie, so it's all the family people. Okay, so it's gonna be one of those swaps. The people who haven't seen Beauty and the Beast are still gonna go see Beauty and the Beast, and then the people who've already seen it are gonna be going over to
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Yeah.
And everybody likes baby movie things.
Do they?
I like Baby Geniuses, the first one.
How about Look Who's Talking? Look Who's Talking
Yeah,
2?
that was old school.
Look Who's Talking 3? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the final tally, it seems just from the few votes I saw in there, it seems like Boss Baby is the way it's all going. Hooray! But we're both
I
thinking
said
that
it's going to be number 2, right?
Yeah, we both agree on the number 2 spot. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to do our box office bet. Now, of course, the way the box office bet works is that you folks in the chat were so kind enough to
keep that higher. There we go.
to bet on this for us. And so we're going to bet on what we think the actual total is going to be for this upcoming box office weekend. One who's closest gets to have bragging rights, prognosticator amongst prognosticators, and then the loser will have to go see this film and tell us all about it.
I think they felt Ghost in the Shell was only going to make... Oh, someone said 60. I think I saw someone say 30.
Yeah, I saw Sky. Was it Sky that said 34? Said 45?
Says 60.
45 for the
Because
Boss Baby?
What do you guys put in Boss Baby? Well, he put Boss Baby only at 45.
Yeah. But all right, so Beauty and the Beast at 88. I mean, if it drops down, all right. Okay.
Courtney goes Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers, Ghost in the Shell, Kong, and Boss Baby.
I feel like Power Rangers.
I don't think Power Rangers is going to hold on.
No, I don't think it's going to hold on to number 2.
My problem for number 2 spot is that it needs to be higher than what I think Ghost in the Shell will make.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast is 88. Half of that is like 44, maybe round up is 45. But it could be close because we've seen the ones where it's like 41 and 42 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I still feel like Beauty's going to do better than 45.
Right? It could be like
That'd be 50.
mid-50s?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make a high guess.
Oh. Yeah.
We love your guys'
right.
guesses. So if you guys are able to watch us live, which we appreciate because it's kind of a late show. So
Yes.
we like that. So if you watch it later, we still love you as well because you guys write great comments on your predictions. Oh, and while he's thinking, reminder for if you want to win the Your Name gift bag, just comment down below on your favorite animated movie to live action, and a winner will be randomly selected, and I will reach out to you.
All right, I go with this. I have shaky confidence on this one. Kari Lane.
Star Drew guys, don't go logic, just guess a number.
There you go.
I read that with some probably more force than maybe you intended.
Nope, I felt it was like,
hurry up.
Yes.
All right, ready?
All right.
45.
Oh, I was thinking 45 and I lowered it down to 42. Dang
See?
it.
We normally...
Yes, I was at 45 originally. And I was like, oh, all right. Maybe
All right.
Oh,
So
man.
those of you who watch every week, 45, 42. Try to remember because we
Shoot.
always forget. But we do look. I have gone back and looked.
Yeah, I feel like
Anyway.
I may have a date with the Boss Baby. I don't know. I'm scared. No.
And what about Chips?
Chips did not. That was number 6 or 7 in the box office. Didn't even make the top 5.
All right. Because
Yes.
some people are like, oh, you forgot about Chips. But
No, we did not forget about Chips because it did not make the top 5.
ouch.
I can't remember. I saw it today and I was like, ooh, either 6 or 7. So it did not do. I mean, it was under $10 million. So not a very strong opening. Because Logan came in at 10. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Chips
Sweet.
crashed and burned, much like their the posters that you saw right there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. We done
Good
it once
show.
again, right there.
Yay.
We made it through another episode of Box Office Breakdown, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Now, of course, as always, you can like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks again, as always, for hopping in the chat, sharing your thoughts and opinions. We love it. We couldn't do it without you. And of course, as Kari said, make sure you comment down below with the question she asked if you want to win that sweet prize pack.
And if you go on my Twitter, I have another giveaway. I'm giving away the, there's a little less stuff, but it's still cool, a gift bag from the Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale movie premiere as well. So that's
Man.
my Twitter. I got a video. If you go watch the video, just answer the question that's in the video.
Kari Lane's all about the hookups, guys.
I know. I'm trying to get you guys free stuff.
Look at her. Look at her. She's doing just a great service for all of you folks. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where the conversation ends here, but it doesn't have to stop entirely because you can follow us all over social media and continue talking with us. Kari Lane, where can they find you?
Yeah, so if you guys want to continue this conversation and win free stuff, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kari D Lane, that's KaridLane, and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor.
And if you want to continue your conversation with me, not win free stuff, but win my heart.
Aw, that's such a great prize.
That's true. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us here. We'll see you back here next Sunday night with another fresh, bubbling, hot episode of Popcorn Talk, Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown. I didn't stick the landing at all on that. Bye, everybody.
It's all right. Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.